Okay, good morning and good evening to everyone. So let us continue to discuss about SAP S4HANA Material Master Simplifications. Okay, so far what we did, we have discussed about Material Master Simplifications, which includes like the extension of Material Master field length and also the precautions or the verifications what we have to perform before we start performing the or activating the um, SAP S4HANA Metal Master extension, that is 40 digit length, and what are the different T codes and what are the different transactions we need to use in order to activate 40 digit length, or in order to specify what digit length we need. Okay, for all whatever the settings required for this, we have discussed so far. And also we discussed about what needs to be done if your client system is integrating, your client system is interacting with your external third party systems or external client's own systems. Okay, like these are all like different dependencies, different implications we discussed in the previous session. So in the today's session, what we are going to do, we are going to discuss about, okay, what are the things we need to consider. Okay, when you go for when you go for SAP S4HANA Material Master conversion, when you go for SAP S4HANA Material Master conversion, so like how to react to the situation, and what kind of verifications or pre-checks we need to perform as part of the SAP S4HANA extended field length for a couple of minutes. That's what we discuss, and then we will continue to discuss what are the SAP S4HANA Material Master changes. So after completing like the after completing the discussion of implications of utilizing the SAP S4HANA Material Master in SAP S4HANA, we will enter into the new topic. We are going to start the new topic, that is what are the Material Master simplifications, or what are the Material Master changes in SAP S4HANA. That is what is the plan for today's class. Okay, and you tell me, like uh, if I go for SAP S4HANA, like Metal Master extension. So what I need to do, like when I move from SAP S4HANA ECC, when I move from SAP S4HANA ECC or ERP to the SAP S4HANA Business Suite, that is SAP S4HANA Enterprise Management. With respect to Metal Master actions, with respect to Metal Master field extension, what we need to take care. So what do you think? What do you think in the target system? Okay. So what about the the custom code? What is available in our existing SAP ERP Metal Master? So I know that we are not going to change any tables, uh, but still, if any special enhancements made for your Metal Master in SAP ERP, or if any special enhancement made for Metal Master in SAP ECC, what do we need to do? Don't we think that we need to verify that the custom code which is available in the Metal Master in SAP ERP is going to work in SAP S4HANA or not? What do you think? Do we need to consider that item as one of the
Yes,
yes, right? So
yes, we have to consider that one.
yes. So that means, since we are in SAP, since we are moving, like if we are converting from SAP ERP or ECC to the SAP S/4HANA, we always need to take into consideration of all the Metal Master enhancements, all the Metal Master modifications, or what all the Metal Master custom code, whatever we made in SAP ERP or ECC, that has to be executed in SAP S/4HANA system as well without any issues. That is the major goal, right? So whenever you are doing any upgrade, whenever you are doing any system conversion, whatever the activity you are going to do, that the first fundamental requirement is make sure that your existing configurations or existing code or existing business process is working without any effects, without any issues, right? That is what the minimum requirement. Whether the new functionality which you are going to add it to the business, will it work or not, it's a secondary thing. But the primary goal is the current functionality or the as is functionality, whatever is available in the your source system, that should not be affected when you go to the different system, when you go to the upgrade, when you move to the SAP S/4HANA, whatever it is. So due to that reason, when you are doing the system conversion from SAP ECC to the SAP S/4HANA, we need to make sure that the Metal Master functionality which is available in SAP ERP will also work in SAP S/4HANA without any issues. That is the major thing. So what do we need to do? What is the tool I explain you, or what is the tool I mentioned in our previous classes in order to find out whether the custom code of SAP ECC with respect to Metal Master will work or not in SAP S/4HANA? What tool we can use?
Custom code analyzer.
Yes, custom code.
Custom code analyzer.
Using the custom code analyzer, what we can do, we can verify all the code of SAP ERP in SAP S/4HANA. So during the conversion process, if we find any issues, what needs to be done? If in case you find out that so it is not working well, okay, the SAP existing ERP or ECC custom code, is not working, then what we need to do? We need to, like, when you execute the custom code analyzer, what is going to happen? It is going to give the list of the custom code analyzer is going to identify or is going to determine the list of all programs, list of all reports, list of all enhancements, list of our user exits, a list of all the programs which are going to affect because of this SAP S/4HANA from conversion from SAP ERP. What happens? It will give the all the list of like programs, reports, whatever it is. So once it is identified, once whatever the programs, whatever the reports are identified using the custom code analyzer, then what we do? We sit with the developer, then we sit with the developer, and then start taking care of like SAP S/4HANA Metal Master fixings. You can say fixing the bugs, or fixing the programs, or fixing the reports, or fixing the enhancements. So that is what you need to take care with your developer. And once you finish that, what we need to do? We need to do the testing again. We need to execute the custom code analyzer one more time. So after development and the testing, need to execute the custom code analyzer one more time. Make sure everything is working. In parallel to that, okay. Once the code is moved to the development system, once all the conversion is done, once the conversion is done, like system conversion is done, from ERP to ECC, you need to make sure everything is working in the SAP ERP or ECC. Then only you will give the kickoff, you will give the sign off to deploy to the production system. So these are all the different things what we have to take into consideration. Okay. And then when you do when you activate okay, let me go to the system. I have to show something important. I think I didn't show that. Run. So if I go to Mara, so what is the field length?
40.
40. If I go to like SAP ERP, what was the field length for Metal Master?
18.
18
It was only 18. Okay. So even at not in like you can say Amara, even if you go to MARC, wherever this field is being used, material number is being used, you see in the Mara also 40. Like Mara, okay, MARD, okay. Even not only that, even if I go to like MM tables, even if I go to SD tables where the material number is being used, what should be the length of the material?
MB.
It should be length of. So let us go to the material master like material document. MSEC, right?
Yes.
MKPF is the material master header table, material document. Okay. What is the material document? You all, I hope you all know very well, right? What is the material document? Material document is the document which tells the movement of material from one place to other place. It could be,
metal flow posting.
yes, it could be like the metal movement can be from the plant to plant. Metal movement can be store location, or metal movement like could be like goods receipt or the goods, post goods, whatever it is.
GR.
Yeah, GR or no J, whatever the material movement it is, okay, wherever that material like material number is available, whether it is in the material document, whether it is in the EBRP table, whether it is in the EKPO table, wherever it is, okay, everywhere. If you go to the MSED, you can see the material number with 40 digit length. You see, like this everywhere the system SAP has made sure made sure that everything should work in a such a way that according to the activation of the field length, that is 40. And also even whichever the user exit, if you go to the all the standard user exits, okay, all the standard user exits which are designed for metal master support, or all the metal master which are all the user exits which are being used, the metal master field, all those reports, all those standard reports, all those baddies, BAPIs, function models, okay, all are already taken care by the SAP itself. So that is what, if you go to any program or any function model, even that also taken care. Okay. And
Venkat, one small doubt.
hmm, tell me, Arvind.
Yeah, compared to ECC as well as in S4 HANA, do we have the same tables in the S4 HANA also?
Can you repeat? Sorry.
Compared to ECC and S4 HANA, do we have the same tables which are we using in the ECC? In the same tables can we use in the S4 HANA also?
In 60% of the cases, same tables, and 30 to 40% of the time situation, that new tables have been added. For Metal Master, uh, no change, no change. Like Mara is already there, but what they did, they like removed like tables storing the storage location data like MARD. Okay, SAP proposing we don't need to use those tables, because they wanted to store all the data in the Mara itself, and also they wanted to store all the metal document data in MADDoc. Even MSEG metal document item, even metal document header, that is MKPF, all those tables will be out of scope in SAP S/4HANA. The reason is SAP would like to store all the data, all the material related data in the MATDoc itself. There will be only single table with respect to the material like movements, with respect to the material stock. Okay, everything is going to be available in the MATDoc. We will talk that as part of the inventory management. I told you, right, the section 3 is dedicated for SDMM inventory management. So when we were talking about section 3, that inventory management changes, there we talk about what tables are going out, what T codes and what tables are moving out from SAP S4HANA. That is what new table is coming to the picture in SAP S4HANA. Just to show you that.
Yeah, on that time we will discuss about the sales related tables also, right? Regarding
Yes,
customer and
yes,
everything.
SD. We started the section 3 will start with SD, and then we'll move to the MM, and we'll go to the inventory management.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. You see, now it is how many fields are there? Such a big, it becomes one of the biggest table in SAP, detailed document, because it consists of all like MARD, MARC, everything is available here. Okay. Okay, and then so even in the the customer meter information record, what is that VD53, right? VD51, VD52. Even there also the CMIR customer meter information record, or even the purchase info record from the MM side. Even those info records level also SAP has taken care all the relevant or necessary changes or necessary uh, uh, precautions has been taken care by the SAP with respect to this. Okay, this is all what we have to know about the metal master field length extension, in SAP S4HANA. Now we are going to start what fields have been taken out. Okay, what new fields have been added, what old fields have been taken out from the SAP metal master in SAP S4HANA. Right? They not only change the metal field length extension, but they also removed some fields from the metal master. They also removed some fields from the metal master, and also they added new fields to the metal master. Okay, they removed some tabs. They also introduced new material document type. Sorry, new material type. They also introduced the material type. Okay, let me make a note of it as a reference. What are the T codes?
FLETS, OMSL.
And the fleets are?
Yeah, FELTS.
These are the T codes.
FLETS, sorry.
I was confused.
Flats.
Okay. And then
Venkat, can I interrupt?
sure.
So yesterday when we are in the class related to OMSL transaction, we tried to limit the characters from 18 to 25, and still it was not allowing to enter more than 18.
I spoke to them. They said that they're assuming that maybe some kind of patch is missing, some kind of update is missing in the system. Okay.
Mhm.
And we are going to maybe in a couple of weeks, 1 or 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, we are going back to that 1610 version. We'll try with 1709 first. Okay, for 2-3 days, we'll try with 1709. If everything works well, we'll stick to that. Otherwise, we'll go back to the 1610, which is good. As of now, in all previous batches, I was using 1610. Mostly, we did not have much issues with 1610. We will use the same thing. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, Venkat. Actually, you will go for 1610 only. Why? Because even 1709 also, we have an issue with apps. Actually, there is no link between S4HANA system to apps. Actually, I tried some other system also.
Theory
Same
apps?
issue. Yes.
Actually,
Better we can go for directly 1610 is better.
theory perspective, 1610 is the best actually. That is what we want.
Yes.
So, but
In
maybe from SAP ERP S4HANA perspective, like on-premise perspective, maybe it is 1709, okay. But anyway, there is nothing much differences. Okay.
Okay.
We'll do one thing. Let us use 1610 for our discussion, and later after 1.5 months, whatever the version you want, we can keep changing. You can
Yeah,
if you really
yeah,
want.
that's better.
Yeah. Okay. Clear. Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. And now let me go back to Okay. So if I go to Metal Master, no, we should not use the die. Let me use something else. So if you look at you remember what was the the previous data available at this level. So we used to have
Foreign trade.
many foreign trade fields, right? We used to have
Yeah.
many foreign trade fields, in SAP ERP. But do you see that many foreign trade fields here now?
No.
No, right? So then, what does it mean?
Yeah.
So this is one of the biggest. This is one of the biggest change. What they did around what they did related to foreign trade data. They taken out there is something called CAP list. Okay, CAP means common agricultural product number, common agricultural product number. So that means we have different numbers, different numbers which are being used as part of the export and import. That means when you talk about export or import, we used to have something called commodity codes. We used to call something. We have something called Schedule B numbers. We have something called import classification codes, export classification codes, and common agricultural numbers. And there is something called OSML codes. We have codes, different kind of codes which are being used in the export and import process. So, what is that code? Can anybody tell me what is the use of that code? The commodity code or Schedule B number or HTS code. What is the use of that code? What is it? What is that code? And why do we need to assign that code to the product or material? And what does it make sense? How does it make sense? If you assign that number, any number, if you assign any number to the product, how does it get some value in export and import process?
So basically, those are unique tariff codes based on country specific.
Okay, it is like this. Actually, uh, when okay, when we are doing export or import, by just looking at the product name or by just looking at the product description, Is it possible to anyone, like what kind of product it is, or what kind of license is required, what kind of custom tariff is applicable, what kind of documentation is required for that product? Is it possible for you, or is it possible for the customs authorities, or is it possible for any custom broker to come to the conclusion, okay, what is required for that product? Is it possible by just looking at the product name, by just looking at the
No,
product number or product description? Is it possible?
no,
No, because why? Because different people use different naming. Like simple example, take the tablet or take the iPad. Apple is calling as iPad. The same thing is called by Samsung as tablet, and Google is calling something else, right? The product is same electronic product, but different people calling different names. If you take laptop, so IBM call it as ThinkPad or notebook, like HP is calling as laptop or someone else is calling different, but the same product, right? So what does it mean? If you use the same name, if mean that means based on the material name or the description, it is not possible to anyone what kind of product it is, what kind of license is required, what kind of documentation is required in order to export or in order to import, or what kind of tariff is applicable, what kind of tax is applicable, we don't know. So that is why what SAP or what not SAP, what the customs authorities do, or what the customs authorities made it mandatory. They made it mandatory to assign the respective code, to assign respective code to the each material of the product. So that means if it is electronic product, they suggest assign a code which can tell that is a electronic product. So if you assign that code, that can be easily identified by the customs authorities. They know that, like if code is starting with XYZ, if code is starting with ABC, if code is starting with 5A, it is electronic product. If the code is starting with 7A, it is a chemical product. If the code is starting with 9A, it is a nuclear product. So like this, the customs authorities all over the world developed, designed, or introduced some commodity codes which can tell which can tell them what kind of code it is if you assign it, provided you assign those codes to the products. So that is the reason we are supposed to assign all those codes, whatever the code is applicable for this product, we need to assign to the, like here in, like to the middle master. So now what happens? SAP removed the codes. Now whatever the codes available in SAP ERP Middle Master, now those codes have been taken out by the SAP. Okay, can you tell me now how it can be handled now? If SAP removed all the codes, can you tell me how it is possible now? Why SAP removed? What was the SAP intention? If it is removed, how to handle? We cannot handle, right? If there is any situation.
Through GTA system.
Yes, the SAP intention is okay to remove. The SAP intention is okay to remove these fields by introducing the same concept in the SAP GTS module. Okay, through the GTS system. That I can tell you. Actually, if you talk, then we need to go to little back. Okay, little. Uh, we need to discuss about the little background.
Venkat, GTS
What is it?
is GTS a module in SAP?
GTS is a SAP's new dimensional model. I will just give a small introduction. You know that, right? Basically, SAP is having three different kind of models, core modules, okay, and then new dimensional modules, and then industry specific modules. What are the core modules? whatever the modules given by SAP since beginning, those are the core modules like SD, PP, these kind of things. What are the new dimensional modules? Whatever the modules introduced to take care of the limitations, to take care of the limitations of SAP, to take care of the limitations of SAP core modules, they introduced like new dimensional modules. Okay. Now, 1 minute, let me check it. Someone calling Gmail. Okay, I don't say anything, but I don't know what is it. Okay. So what was the what I was referring? What is that? Like
Venkat, your screen is gone. I mean, you have not shared screen. I
okay.
think.
So it's what was the discussion I'm explaining? Like I missed it.
Commodity.
Okay. So basically, what
You said.
like no. Like I was explaining like core modules, industry specific modules, new dimensional modules. Okay. Basically, whatever the modules which were introduced very beginning of SAP. Okay. Those modules are the core modules, and after that time, what happens? Okay. Uh, they found some limitations. They found some limitations in each SD model, module, and PP model. And then what happens? The SAP thought that it's always better to introduce a new module to take care of the limitations of like existing models. For example, they found that SAP SD module is having issues to take care of pre-sales and post-sales. For SAP, for regular sales, SAP SD is the best model forever and ever, no doubt in that. For regular sales activities, for regular sales requirements, SAP SD is the best. But still, when it comes to pre-sales and when it comes to the post-sales, what happens? Okay, SAP SD is not able to support. Hence, what they did, they introduced SAP CRM. CRM is very good at taking care of pre-sales and post-sales. Okay, like this, SAP understood that SAP realized that SAP SD module is not able to take care of like availability check at all plants, right? In SAP ERP, we can only do the availability check one plant for a given sales order. Am I correct? For a given sales order, we can only do the availability check for only one plant level. But if in case the stock is available in different plant, are we able to utilize in SAP ERP the stock which is available in different plant? Can we use that? No, right?
As per standard, we cannot, but through customer, I
I
mean,
mean,
through
standard we cannot, right?
modifications in the program, we can.
Standard we cannot.
Yeah, no.
So that is
Standard, we cannot.
that is limitation, right? That's why what they did, they introduced SAP APO, GATP, APO, GATP. In the similar way, I'm coming to our point. So SAP understood that SAP, we have SD foreign trade, we have SAP SD foreign trade or foreign trade to take care of like import, to take care of export activities, to take care of import and export activities. SAP given ERP SD foreign trade, ERP foreign trade, two different modules. One for export taking care, one for taking care of like import functionalities. Okay, but after some time, what happened? SAP realizes that even that foreign trade module also, even that foreign trade module also is not enough, is not good enough to support the complete the complex regulations of SAP, like complex regulations of international trade. So when you think about international trade, it is not that easy, right? It is not that easy. It is so complex. It is like very tough to handle the international trade requirements. You all agree with me? Okay.
Yes.
When you are when you are exporting or importing, what will happen? You need to make sure the customer to whom you are dealing is good customer, right? You cannot deal with the
Yeah.
bad people, right? George, you agree with me?
Yeah.
You-
Yeah. If the country is not is supposed to do a trade
Yes,
relationship
it's
with the
not
country,
only country. It's not only country. The first and foremost thing is you need to make sure that the customer to whom you are dealing should not belongs to any bad member, should not belongs to any sanctioned party list, should not belongs to any restricted party list. Okay, that is the first thing. And also the customer country to which you are sending goods, the customer country, the vendor country from which you are bringing the goods or importing the goods, that country also should not be under the blocked list, right? This is also one requirement. You agree with me? When you're doing export and import, these are all the different requirements. And not only that, when you are exporting or importing, you need to classify the goods. You agree with me? You need to classify the goods. Otherwise, you will be stuck up at the like custom premises. And not only that, sometimes you need to assign the licenses to the like your products which you are exporting or importing. You agree with me? This is also one requirement, right? Hello?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Like this, not only that, when you are exporting or importing, what you need to do, you also need to take care of, you also need to take care of what? Like submit some documentation to the customs authorities to get the custom clearance. You agree with me? When you are doing the export or import, you definitely submit the required documentation to the customs authorities so that they can give the clearance. Otherwise, will you get the clearance to do the export or import without support giving the supporting documents? Please, no, right?
No.
No, no.
So that means for all these, to take care of all these requirements, whatever I explained in just 2 minutes, to support all these functionalities, to support all these requirements, what SAP did, SAP provided GTS model, Global Trade Services Model. Okay, due to the reason that SAP SD foreign trade, foreign trade is having some issues, like not now, that 10 to 15 years, but 10 years back, close to like in 2001, like close to like more than 15 years back, more than 15 years back, they introduced SAP GTS module. So and then some clients are using foreign trade. So whichever the client, whichever the client is not having like complex requirements, whichever the client is not using, whichever the client is not using like complex business requirements, what they did, they started using SAP SD for internal oriented. But whichever the client is having huge export and import requirements, what they started doing, they started doing like they started using SAP GTS. Though that was the situation till some time back. That was the situation till 2000 2000 like 15, till 2015. What was the situation? So the clients which are all having the complex business requirements for export and import, they are using the GTS module. The clients which are not having very complex, which are having the minimal foreign trade requirements, they are using SD foreign trade, foreign trade. But now what SAP did, now what SAP did in SAP S4HANA, in SAP S4HANA, SAP made it mandatory to use the GTS module if you are dealing with the import or export. That means what? SAP simply removed foreign trade module. SAP simply removed foreign trade module from the SAP S4HANA. That means if any client, if any company will go to the SAP S4HANA, if any company would implement, whether it is system conversion or new implementation, whatever it is, and if any company go for SAP S4HANA implementation or system conversion, But what is going to happen? This system is not going to have any functionality to support the foreign trade export or the foreign trade import. That means now the foreign trade functionality available in SAP S4HANA is very, very minimal. No foreign trade export, no foreign trade import, but very few, one or two functionalities available in SAP S4HANA. Then you have the doubt, Venkat, what if a client is doing export and import, with huge numbers? If a client is dealing with many people, if the client is doing huge amount of business with the import and export, so you may have the question how to handle using the SAP S4HANA. Then you should go for the GTS. No compromise, no adjustments, no privilege, in SAP S4HANA. If it is just one or two requirements, S4HANA will support. Other than the two requirements, for any other requirement, we should implement the SAP GTS. So that means SAP would like to highlight, SAP would like to increase the demand for SAP GTS. So that is the reason, if you see, like since last year, actually SAP GTS module came to the market in 2001. Okay, and after that it was doing well till 2011, and from the 2011 onwards, 2011 onwards, it was doing very well till 2014 and 15. Okay, but what happens? So though it is like, from the 2016 like 15, what happens? The demand has been doubled. The GTS demand has been doubled because they removed the foreign trade. If the foreign trade is removed, what is the other option for SAP S4HANA? The other option for SAP S4HANA is to go for the GTS, right?
Yes.
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 That is the reason you can see most of the opportunities for GTS as well in parallel to SAP S4HANA. But I cannot say that GTS opportunities are more as SAP S4HANA, but it is having its own demand even after like 15 years or 16 years. It is still having its own demand in the market, and compared to other universal models. Like for example, if you look at APO, it's gone completely like nobody is going to use, right? And if you use like CRM, if you use SRM, is not having much demand. But still GTS is having its huge its own demand in the market even after years together. Okay, so that is the situation. So hence what happens, SAP S4HANA removed the CAP number, the CAP product group, and there is something called preference status. I will explain it later, because if I start explaining it, okay, let me explain. In international trade, do you know that there is something called FTA, free trade agreements? There is something called free trade agreements. NAFTA, North American Free Trade Agreement, and European Free Trade Agreement, European Union, and Central American Free Trade Agreement. These are the different US, and these are the different free trade agreements. And apart from this, each country is having different agreements with the different countries, right? Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So the base rule is when we have this kind of agreement, when the countries countries are having these kind of agreements between them, what is going to happen when any business happens between those countries. When any business, especially when import is happening, when import happens between those free trade agreement like NAFTA. NAFTA is the agreement between US, Canada, Mexico. NAFTA. Let me try it here. NAFTA is the agreement USA, Canada, and Mexico. According to this agreement, what happens if any member from US, Canada, or Mexico, if they would prefer to import the material. There is a like George. George is in Mexico, and George would like to import the raw material for his production, for his company's production. If they import the material from Canada or US, you know what happens? George is going to get some kind of preference from the Mexican government. The George is going to get some kind of benefit. George is going to get some kind of money back, refund back. So some kind of preference he is going to get back. So in order to identify that preference, or I'm in US, if I would like to, if I need some raw materials, if I would prefer to import the material from Canada or Mexico, then I'm supposed to get some kind of benefit. I'm supposed to get some kind of refund. That means the country customs authorities would give me some preference by giving the refund back, by giving the money back. Okay, since I'm giving the importance to to import the material from the same group of countries. So in order to know like how much refund you need to get, or how much preference you will get, or how much benefit you get, we cannot identify for each and every order manually, right? Am I correct? Can we identify manually
Yes.
every preference one by one? It's not good, right? Identifying the preference
Yes.
manually. Okay, so that's why SAP given something called preference determination. SAP given something called preference determination topic. Okay, that is what it is. Okay, so the fields related to the topic, the fields related to the preference status and vendor declaration also related to that. Okay, and the exemption certificate, or the military goods, all these fields have taken out. Okay, have taken out from the SAP ERP foreign trade. But where it is available, everything is supported in GTS model. Everything is available in SAP GTS model. That's why they removed it. Okay. So and then like this is foreign trade, whatever we discussed. And now the other fields, what they taken out is like MRP fields. So they made some changes to MRP data. They made some changes to MRP data in SAP S/4HANA Material Master. So if you think about your SAP, if you think about your SAP ERP Material Master in MRP 1 tab, in MRP 2 tab, okay, there are some fields which you can see. Okay, those are like let me go back. Okay, let me stop here. Okay, let me stop here. We'll continue tomorrow. Okay, the MRP and one more topic is there, that is material introduction of the new material type, that is a service material SCRV, and other dependent related information to this. We'll talk tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
And thank you. I will see. Let me check. Record. The yesterday recordings are still in the conversion mode. Once it is converted, I will send you back. Okay, I will send you. Okay.
Venkat, which you have sent just now, that notepad, earlier also same thing, right?
The business partner.
Tables.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you are talking about the tables notepad. Okay. I think I did not save the tables notepad. Let me check it.
Oh, okay.
But it's
That's what we requested.
no. I will send you. Like
Okay.
let me compile it. I will send you. That's not a problem. Because
Okay.
tables I can make it in 2 minutes. Not a problem. Okay.
Venkat, the starting of the class, you mentioned like you are going to speak to my friend, right?
Topic wise, the topic name something.